So our last question for the panel, and something for you to think about as a takeaway, is why MOS dominated over bipolar. In the 1970s, early to mid 1970s, they were proceeding along the same pace with the same trajectory. But very soon after, the advances in MOS semiconductor processing outstripped bipolar, which then fell by the wayside. David, do you have any perspective on why that happened?
Yeah, Tom Stanley at RCA pointed out in 1962 that as the horizontal, that was before MOS was really even an integrated circuit, as the horizontal dimensions of an MOS transistor are scaled by a factor, speed improved by that same factor, because the critical speed limiting factor was a horizontal dimension, and you could shrink it. With bipolar, it was the vertical dimension that was tough to shrink without the things breaking down. So if you want to shrink things down, put a lot of transistors on the chip, MOS is the only choice.
Bernie, can you get in the last word?
The real thing is the process was much simpler. It was a much simpler process. It was early in its existence still, and the yield improved dramatically over time. And some things like freezing processes, not changing them constantly, things that had been done in bipolar for some period of time, was adapted by MOS. And MOS just is a much simpler process, and the yield just grew with time, and it's a better process.
I'd like to thank the panel for their outstanding perspective. Let's all give them a big hand. I think the hard work that we put into this, two marathon planning sessions, back and forth, email, scripts, and so forth, has paid off.